Hi there, this is Kathy Crow here at the Crow Cottage, and it is Springfield, Missouri, and it's rainy. It's supposed to be rainy for the next hour, and it has been gray all day. And not as warm as I thought it would be, but man, it's supposed to get to almost 70 this weekend, so it should be really nice. And I hope you're having a great weekend. This is the start of it, and I don't know what we'll be doing. We probably won't do anything too much because, I don't know, I never feel like doing much in the wintertime. It rains a lot here and you just never know. And then it was really sunny this week, so I got out and rode my bike and had a good time, so I don't feel quite as much like I need to do anything. Now today I'm going to be doing a couple of stamp sets. I should probably just put the camera down because it'll be backwards until I do, I think. Let me see what it's looking. Yes, it's backwards. So let me flip this. Oh, I forgot. My camera has to, my camera has an issue if I do it like that. And yeah, we might be backwards today because for some reason it worked. Yeah, last time I did this, and now it's actually not. I'm not sure how I managed to get my oh, there we go. I just have to put it in the stand the right way and then we're good. All right, so I'm going to put the camera down and we will see what we can find. It's much easier to manage this camera stuff doing it this way, although I cannot see any comments now at all. Because I used to be able to peek up underneath and see what you see, but doing it this way, really I can't. I can attempt to get it on my computer over here, and I'll do that, and we'll just see if it will. Oh my goodness, it shut me down. Why did you do that? That's so funny. It is on. It didn't like me not hitting anything, and it thought I was done. Let me reload my page, and there I am, and there I am. All right, now let's make sure our sound is not on, but I assume it is actually on. I hope it's not too noisy in here because I've got like a little heater going. And so today I'm going to use this, I'm actually using a whole bunch of old things because I wanted to do a sympathy card, and I never liked a real sympathy card. And I never liked the sympathy ones. This one's pretty good. Sheltering you with love at a time when words fall short. Basically, words fall short when there is a death. And there isn't anything you can say. And so when this set came out in our Christmas catalog, I knew I would need this, praying that you will feel the good shepherd's care. I don't need the Christmas part much, but I knew I would use that section a lot. And so I did use it with this, and then I used the word love in this one. And then I also used this, may you be comforted by the outpouring of love surrounding you. It goes good with, I actually used a tree as the picture, and it wasn't the loveliest tree, but the loveliest tree would be good too. If you have this inspired thoughts, this is old. This was with the inspiring canopy tree stamp set, and had dies, and it has tree too. But anyway, that's the one that was from quite a while ago. Anyhow, that is why I collect so many of these kinds of stamps, is because I always need to come up with something that's not quite the sentiment expressed. Now, I did cut out the Grove one already that I'm going to use. So this is the catalog stamp set in the Grove. It has this die that cuts this out. Okay, so I already cut this out from white. And just to have it done already, there's that cute little fox, there's a bunny and a squirrel. There's a lovely mountain range in it, and we will be using that and the grass I probably won't use those. But this goes with Grassy Grove. Grassy Grove is a set. I'm going to move on over. This is our annual catalog. Now we have an annual one that comes out every year in, let's look, May. Comes out in May. And then we just had a new mini one. This is just a little one that came out in January, but this one expires in April. And so I'm kind of barely touching on that one. I am a little bit, but not a ton. Because there are a lot of really good sets that I haven't done a lot yet with. So if I go over to page 77, that was on page 70, so it was easy for me to remember. This was on 77. For this Grassy Grove, this is the old one that we had, but it is a wonderful one as well. I've used it. Now, it has a tree frame, just like this is like a little frame. It leaves the edge uncut, so you trim it the size you want. But it has leaves with it, and it's in the more summer, spring, or fall set. So I didn't want to use it for my card that's going in the winter, but this one has grass and is very nice. You can do it in the 3 seasons, but it's more of a, it's not a winter set. So this one I could easily adjust to winter, so we're using that one. I won't be using the you know, sentiments, but I'll be using those anyway. I hope you're having a good day. My stomach's kind of been acting up a little bit, and I think I'm having reaction to sugar of any kind. I mean, even a little bit, even fruit sugars. And so I just saw that there's a lady that is an Australian who cured herself from cancer. I mean, I do believe those stories, and doesn't work for everyone, of course, but anyhow, this is Daffodil Delight. We'll be using that. I'm going to go ahead first of all, and I'm going to sponge my daytime sky. I want a nice sunny sky, and I'm starting with very vanilla today instead of white, because I figured it would lend maybe to me not having to apply as much ink to this, so we will see if that's correct. I don't know, but she's you know, she gave the sugar talk about raising your anxiety, and that's actually on Fox News today, I think. I don't know if she talked about that in today's thing. I was just looking at her information in general, you know, just to see kind of what she, because I'd never heard of her. I don't remember. Leanna somebody. But I was curious because I've already noticed that my anxiety gets raised. But I just have been calling it heartburn, so I didn't really think about it but it is. It actually acts like that. So I don't know. I might have to start making my own yogurt, basically, so that I don't have sugar in it, because I cannot do plain yogurt. Now I do have all of the healthy, fake, and real, like monk fruit and all. I've got all those healthy sugars, but I really don't want a ton of that stuff either, but you gotta eat, you know. So anyhow, it's actually gonna be just fine. Now I'm gonna use some boho blue, and there's my yellow brush. I should probably use my thing here to clean off this board, and I betcha I don't know what I did, but anyway, we'll see. I bet you I did put my little cloth away. My little chamois cloth. Where did you go? There you are. Okay, perfect. Anyway, so that is interesting to me. I have been, Jeff laughs every time I cook broccoli once a week. So I have my broccoli for the week, and I actually really like broccoli, so it's not that big a deal. That one I don't mind so much. There are some things I've not. Now I'm going to go ahead and be a little heavy on the edge here, because that edge is going to get cut away anyhow. And I'm noticing this is kind of looking a little green. It would look more blue if I had used white. But because I didn't, I'm going to have to go get a different blue. This one's not going to be quite blue enough. So I'm going to get my Azure Afternoon out, and we'll see if that gives me a little bit more of a blue. Yes, it definitely does. Because I don't want it green. You know. A green sky around here means a tornado's probably coming. So you definitely don't want it to be green. But there's my sun, sorta. I'm not doing a sun, but I'm just kind of laying in a sky. And that is that. And it's kind of nice to do these scenes. So I'd like to buy these sets, like these Grove ones, as scene builders. If I don't even really want the sentiments or the animal that's in it, because sometimes I already have one that I like a lot, and I probably won't use it, but I do like being able to build scenes. These are really nice cards to be able to send to guys, because they definitely don't, you know, like my flowers quite so much. I'm going to go ahead and just put some blue here, just a little bit. I'm going to try not to get into my trees too much. I already did a little bit. I better use a different brush. We do have little tiny one, but I'm not thinking it's going to help me all that much, because it's still a little bit on the fat side. Anyway, it is, you know, we're all looking at the airlines and that horrible accident, and just praying and hoping that things improve. It seems like every day there's something really horrific, and there have also been every day really wonderful things. So we'll just concentrate on that stuff. That's one of the reasons I like my stamping things, because it allows me to just concentrate on the things that I really love, which is the people in my life, right? And sometimes the people that I don't even know. That happens as well. All right, so I've mixed some green with blue on that brush. I guess I'll just take it back for green. And this is my very old garden green. Ooh, that's a pretty big streak. I'll have to fix that. I don't really want too much green here, but there had to be a little. It looked very much like a bush there, or grass. But we'll probably, I think I'll do some brown there as well, just to make sure that this is gonna still be a wintry type looking scene, because I don't want it to be not wintry. I don't have a brown brush. That's funny. I do have a teeny tiny little makeup one though that is a brown one. I'm gonna put a little bit of brown in here. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. That's kind of taking care of my over green one. All right, now we get to do the mountains. So let me clean this little mess up here. And having a glass mat is really nice. I would recommend you getting one. It's nice to be able to just do all kinds of little messes on the side and not worry about it. And this card, one similar to it, and not exactly this one, but one that's similar, will be in, I believe this is what I'm doing in my newsletter coming up this Monday. So you will have a heads up on what I'm working on if you watched today. All right, let's see now. Today is the day I'm doing this. Normally I would do it on a Monday, but I'm going to be doing it on whatever day I have a chance to do it. And this week it happens to be Friday, because Jeff did work last Monday, but I was somehow busy. I couldn't do this. Not sure what. I think I didn't know he was working, and so I just didn't plan my day accordingly. So here's the mountain. And it's a pretty long one. This is not our biggest block. but it's not long enough. So you'll need to get out a bigger one. And we do have this one that's the biggest skinny long one, and that will work. You know what? I don't want this to be all black, and I did get black out, but we don't want that to be all black. So instead of that, I'm gonna start, I don't know about crumb cake. I'm thinking Pebble Path would probably be better. So let me get Pebble Path, or Smoky Slate would be really good too. I think I'll do, and Gray Granite actually would be good too. Let's do Gray Granite and see. I think I did Smoky Slate on my card in my newsletter, but we'll try Gray Granite. Now I'm gonna test this before I stick it on here because I want to make sure that this is going to give the impression that I want. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to put this here. So I want to kind of see where I want this mountain, like right there. Okay, isn't that nice? I mean, just that looks fantastic. I love this set. It's so pretty, easy to use. You can just do all kinds of things with this. Oops, I put my chamois on that. Okay, now I cut our chamois. This is our chamois, but I cut it in half because it was just way too long and problematic for me. So I just cut it in half and I'm enjoying it much more now. All right, now, so we do want to have a base here, and there are these grasses, and we're going to use those, but I don't want those to be just one solid color, and I also don't want them to be too green. I actually want like a few things in it. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do some soft suede and some wild wheat. And we'll see, something else maybe. And I'm going to just use my brushes to kind of smear some ink on here because I don't want to, well, I used brown on this one already, so let's grab another brownish one here. All right, so we're gonna do our soft suede down here like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do my wild wheat. I'm going to get the top first, where there's no ink, and not all of it either, just some. Okay, and then I'm going to try to mash that in pretty good, and then mush it together. But I can't re-ink, obviously, now, because I've got that other thing going. Now I do want some green in there, so I'll take this garden green again. You get one shot. Now you can color these with markers, but you have to use our markers to do it. You cannot, you can't use those blending pins. Okay, so now that is as good as it's gonna get, and we're gonna come up pretty high on this and go like that, and that's how it looks. Pretty good. It's a little not wintry, but pretty good. The soft suede is giving it a nice kind of more ground look to it rather than grass, and I do really like that. I really like wild wheat. I know a lot of people don't care for wild wheat so much, but I do really like it. It's just, I don't use it a ton, but I do like it. And then our little garden green's kind of nice. You know, gives us a little bit of green there. All right. And so now what you get to do, if you like the mountain the way it is, you can leave it, or you can do some things with it. Now I'm going to put in some ground around here, and I'm going to just go ahead and use this brush that I've already got inked up, and I think it'll probably be adequate for what I want here without even having to ink it again. There we go. I'm actually going to use this brush on my mountains as well, and this one as well, just to get some more brown going in there, because I don't want snow on it particularly. And then my green. I'm going to do just a bit of green in there too. All right, so that is that. Now, I'm going to leave it like that. You might want to do more on it. I'm looking like it's going to be more on the side here. You can come up as high as you want or pull it down. I mean, there's the frame gives you a lot of options. So it makes it a really forgiving. However you might have thought you messed this up, you didn't. The frame's really super forgiving. There's like birds flying that are pretty small. It sort of depends on what kind of a sentiment, or I mean what kind of if you're doing an animal, it depends on how big that animal is going to be in, because it's going to be in the foreground. The little fox that comes with this set is the perfect size for those birds, obviously. But you probably have a bunch of animals. Like the deer is okay too. But sometimes I like to put other animals in there, and then you just kind of need to check to make sure the birds are going to look okay. I'm going to go ahead and do them because I think the birds are going to be just fine the way they are. Find the block I need. And let's put this on here where it's going to be, so I kind of know where I want to put the birds. I'm going to put them behind these trees right up here. And I'll just use black. I do need to kind of make sure these are going to look good. I'm not sure that I like them in black, all that. They look too vague, actually. They're fat. I need those to be skinnier, so I am not even going to do any birds because I thought those were birds that I'm not terribly fond of. I'm not going to do that. Oh, my dryer is done. Excellent. All right, and there are not birds in that other set, so there's tons of birds, though, in all of our, like in the ocean set at the beach, and, you know, you can get birds in all kinds of different sets, but those are just like kind of sketchy. I think if they were gray, they'd be okay, but I don't want gray ones in there. This is kind of a muted scene, so I don't think I want gray. All right, now I do want to keep these birch trees. I don't want to make them anything other than that. So I'm going to allow this side frame to stay white, and I am going to just add in some of the effect that you would have if you have like newly scrubbed birch trees, because obviously birch trees are not pure white, are they? I mean, not in the woods, they're not. If you come across, or are there poplars? Are those white? Also, I'm going to grab a gray. We need some kind of a gray. And let's see if I've got a Stampin' Up! Gray pencil. And I know I do, but I'm not seeing it. Where are you? I know I have a smoky slate Stampin' Up! Pencil, but I definitely can't see you. I wonder where you are. It sure would help if I just kept things in order. Oh, is this black? No, that is basic gray. You know, we're gonna see if that is gray, if that's a light enough gray. Otherwise, I'm using that one. So where these little divots are, I'm gonna just put a little bit just around. I'm just gonna put some bark on these trees with my pencil. So all I'm doing is I'm just putting in some little lines. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can put them that way too, but I would stick with horizontal because, you know, the white bark kind of peels, and is pretty cool, actually. So I would stick with going across here. Don't go all the way across the trunk, just a little way. You can do it where the little divots are or not. You don't want to, you just want random. Okay? I don't even know, I can see my little marks, but I'm not real sure you can probably even see them. Here, I'm trying, but I kind of need to go a little bit quick because I don't want to take forever doing these little marks, because this is like one of the most minor things on this card is to doing that. Okay, so now we've got little marks on the side indicating that yes, those are big trunks as well for my little birches. And you could, if you really wanted to color them a color, you could, but I'm sure not going to. I like them white. I really like them white. All right, so that is that. Now let me try to put my pencil back in here where I can find it. It would be really helpful. Okay, now what are we doing? Oh yes, now I want to, I actually want to have my sentiment be here because I wanted to show you what I'm doing with my sympathy sentiment. So let me put this up again so you can see the whole board, and we'll use very vanilla. And I'm going to be using this nice Daffodil Delight. It's going to be on the background because I want this to be a cheery card, a cheering card, even though it's sad. So what I want to do first of all is select the color that you think is going to be your dominant color. Since my background is going to be yellow, which is Daffodil Delight, I can't use yellow here. I need my sentiment to be floating along here, and I'd actually like it to be on the bottom, but this is a long one. It's going to be pretty squared up, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. I'm going to put sheltering you with love. Oh no, this is how I need to start it. I need to start it with praying that you will feel the good shepherds, and that's going to become the word love. Okay, I think I am going to place that here and not even have a label on the front. So let's do that. I think that's going to be best because the problem with this is that it's a cling stamp, and that's why we prefer the ones that are not cling, people. But you know, we keep getting these cling ones, and I do like them. They impress better. They're easier to manage, but they do make it hard to put it in a spot where you're kind of limited where it can go, because this is going to go right there. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my marker so that I know that I'm getting just the words that I want imprinted. And I could use an ink pad because I'm just doing the top and clean it and all that. Sometimes that's messy. Sometimes I am good at that, and sometimes I'm not. And usually when I'm doing a Facebook Live, I'm going to be worse at it. So let's get a marker. I want a dark one. So this one is Early Espresso. That's perfect. Okay, so we're going to use Early Espresso and just use the brush tip. And we need to do shepherds, but not care. So that's there. So I'm going to put this down. You can see what I'm doing probably pretty well. I bet you've done this before. Now, once you color it, you've got to move pretty fast. I don't want that to dry up while I'm laboring over it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit here and there, a few times. Okay, now you just breathe on it. And then we're going to push it down on there. There we go. Perfect. Now it's a little crooked because I had to act fast. Now let's see how my frame's fitting. Perfect. And I can actually tip my frame a little bit, and I'm going to be cutting the sides anyway, so it's still going to work okay. Just going to go like, I'm going to take off this branch so that I can see my words. So that branch right there is gone. And now I can see all my words, and I'm going to tip it so that it's going to look like it's straight. Okay, so praying that you will feel the good shepherds. I need the word love, and I need a small love. I was going to do the big love because that's what I did on my other card, which I don't even have. I've already mailed it. But you know what? I need a small love, and I have one. I need it. I need a small love with a photopolymer one that I can actually see the word love. So do you think I can find one in a short period of time? Yes, I can. So Inspiring Iris, you are wonderful because there's a tiny, tiny little word love. I bet that's going to be too small. Let's see. I'm sending hugs, love. It's pretty small, but I think it's going to work. So we're going to use that word, love, so that I can see through it. Because every other stamp set I'm using today is, of course, a clean one. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Inspired Thoughts. Actually, I really like that word love right there. That one's pretty good, too. Let's check that one out. Peace, joy, and love. I think I can place that on there pretty well, and it's bigger. I really want a big one showing the Savior's love, you know. All right, so we'll use that one. Oops, let's put the top on. I didn't before. All right, so we'll use the same pen technique for just the word love. And you can do different colors and make it stand out really good, but I'm going to just go ahead and do this. Now the trouble is I'm a little crooked, so I tried to match it. It actually worked out. Sometimes that's hard to do and you end up having problems, but there we go. So that's that. Okay, so the front is done. I will be I'll use the rest of the sentiment on the inside. That's a sympathy, you know, part one, partly, but we're gonna finish the front of the card first. Wow, and I'm starting to pile things up on the side, and it's collapsing on me. All right, so now what I need to do is figure out exactly how this frame is gonna fit, because I need to do a little trim. So my mountain's kind of barely showing. I'm gonna have to kind of scooch over into my good a little bit. I think that's about as good as I can get it. All right, so now that I know where I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my pencil to mark where my trimming is going to need to happen. Perfect. And then I'm just going to use my scissors to cut that away so that I can get it like right on that line, or right on the inside part of that line. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight because it's under the frame. All right. I really like sponging. It's fun. Super fun. You always get something really nice when you do that. All right, so there we go. That's that. Isn't that nice? I hunted for a sympathy card, and I had to make one. I've used all the ones that I had up, which that's not a good thing, you know? Definitely not something you want to be sending, but I like being able to send my own. All right, now I can use my my foam adhesive strips on the edge. I only need it on this outside edge. If I wanted to darken, I mean lighten up that area that I sponged a little too dark on, I could trim that, but I don't think it's really detracting from it, so I'm gonna just leave it and not worry about it. Today's one of those days outside that looks like it could have been, you know, noon the entire day from the time the sun first came full up, which I didn't see it because it's just gray out there. And I just don't really like days that are like the same color all day long. There's no sun. I don't know. Normally it wouldn't bother me so much, but today is a day I just didn't want to see that. I don't really know why. I just didn't. I was reading about the malls, and because there was a mall called The Grove, and I was curious, where is The Grove? I've never heard of this mall. And apparently it's in Los Angeles, and it's a really big, popular, big, nice mall. But I wondered at the time, as I was reading about it, I wonder how nice it still is. I don't know, it could be. I just am curious, but I'll ask my daughter sometime. She lives near enough to probably know, but she wouldn't be going there. Heavens, can't imagine anyone going there. But anyway, I didn't know that. And then, so the little article said that the Grove was was a little nicer than another one I'd never heard of, which is the Americana. But, you know, the Americana, it said it was really nice, and I'm sure that it is. And so if you really love it, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to speak badly about it, but who goes to the mall anymore anyway? And whenever I go to the mall, it seems pretty empty to a great degree. It depends on the time, of course. In the weekend, it's pretty full. And I never go on the weekend, so that would explain why I think it's empty. Which is when I go, because that's when I like to go, is when it's empty. And I'm only going to one store, or, you know, I really don't even need to go to the mall. I'm just looking or something. Anyway, the Americana had 80-something stores. And that didn't actually sound like all that much to me. You know, we have gotten so spoiled with having internet purchases available all the time that, now I did quite get it perfect, so I'm going to trim that edge off there. There, now it's perfect. And, you know, yeah, it's just, it's pretty amazing that we have access to hundreds and hundreds of stores, so that a mall that's actually a really cool one doesn't sound as cool anymore, but I'm not a teenager either anymore. I did enjoy them a lot more when I was younger. Once I had kids, the charm fell away. There was not much charm. What do you do to entertain children in the winter anyway? In the winter, I looked it up online. What do you do to entertain children? Now, I think we need one more layer. There's a lot of yellow on this card front, and I actually kind of would like to have maybe some early espresso as well. And so let me grab that here. But the entertainment, if you want to entertain your kids in the winter, said to go out and do a snowman, said to go sledding, I mean, all these outdoor things, which I was laughing to myself, thinking the reason people like me, not that I have kids to entertain, but I was just curious, you know, what do you do? Anyway, let's see if we want that on yellow, or if we want yellow on that. This is how I decide these things, is I just place it and see which do I like. I actually like a lot of yellow. Okay, we're gonna do very, 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 very teeny early espresso, and mostly Daffodil Delight, it looks like, because that's what I like. I like a lot of Daffodil Delight. It's pretty, it's sunny, on a gray day like today. It's really, really nice. So we'll trim this at 5 3/8. Oh, my trimmer is acting up. Why? Why are you doing that? And then we will, oh, because I've got a piece of something in the track. A little bit of paper that got down in there. All right, and then 4 1/8. Hopefully that's gonna be good enough. Yes, it's pretty good. Let's look at my other cardstock and see if I can see any of it. It's gonna have to be trimmed just maybe a hair more, just a tiny bit there and there. Oops. Get you out of there. Perfect. All right. And then they said to play games, which I thought, well, everybody knows that. But part of the reason where, you know, you would be looking to see what do I do to entertain kids is because you're tired of doing that and you want an idea, a nice, fresh idea. Well, you could stamp. Okay, it's one of the reasons I like doing this. My kids, our daughter liked it, but she didn't do it too often with me, but that was just because I was probably cranky. But she could have done it more, probably. And the boys didn't like doing it. Can you imagine? I don't know why. They probably would have. I wasn't a great mom. I think I would have been a better mom if I'd seen my kids be parents, and because I think they're better at it than I was, but I did the best I could. They actually are very gracious and say it was good, so that's the important thing. Right? You do the best you can. You're pretty stressed out half the time. Oh, that is nice. I love it. Okay, so that is going to be so nice. Now you get your little base card and stick it right on here. Let me grab my illegitimate adhesive here on the side that I don't want to reveal. And I hope that you have, you know, are enjoying something, Valentine's-y. I think next week I'm going to have to figure out a Valentine's project because I did not even do Valentine's in my newsletter, I don't think. I didn't buy the Valentine stamp set, and I'll have to be using my other heart. I've got so many heart things. Like, I don't need any more hearts. But anyway, this is what I needed was a sympathy card. Praying that you will feel the Good Shepherd's love. And then on the inside, we're going to put, if I can find it, may you be comforted. Let's see. Remembering the life of someone so special and sending thoughts of sympathy and peace. I think that actually will work. Praying that you will feel a Good Shepherd's love, remembering the life of someone so special and sending thoughts of sympathy and peace. And I'll add this one too. May you be comforted by the outpouring of love surrounding you. I think that's really good. I'm not even going to have to alter that one at all. I did alter it. And this one, this one does have photopolymer. I had it right here and I didn't even catch on to the fact that I did. Oh, well. All right. I'm not ever getting out the right block, it seems like today. Right, now this one's got like a little leaf on it. So I really don't want to do early espresso where the leaf is. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll do early espresso, not black. And we'll do everything except for if I can do it. My early espresso is kind of acting up a little bit. And then we'll try to get my green for the rest of that. For just the little leaves. All right. Oh, let's get that. That pea just won't quite give me the impression I need. There we go. Okay. Put it up pretty high. All right, isn't that nice? Love it. All right, so now we are almost to the end. What are you going to be doing this weekend then? Are you going to do something fun with the grandkids? I'm so jealous. Every time I go to hear anyone about all of the things they do with their grandkids, I'm always jealous. A little bit. I try to restrain myself and not make them feel bad. Okay, may you be comforted. Though this one's got some green on it too. Let's do the green first. I'm going to do the green first this time. And then I think I can get the early espresso to ink up better on this edge. Okay, there we go. Nice. Now this one does have probably some leaves. No, it doesn't. So there are leaves though that you could use you could even, I'm sure there are some on that Grassy Grove or in the Grove. Probably on Grassy Grove there is. If you wanted to decorate the side, you're going to need to have some space to write. So that actually fills up quite a bit, and you don't want to fill it all up, but you also, in a sympathy card, probably the less you say, the better. And you want to just be kind and short. They have a lot of cards to read, and so it is very nice to say things, but sometimes things don't go as quite as you expected. I've got a tiny bit of glue there. Let me get that off. All right, and that is that. All right, so there you go. Isn't that cute? Now you could put a little animal in there if you want to. Should we try it and see if we like him? He's the little fox. I don't think so. I don't want a fox in this picture. I actually just want it just like this. And that is that. And we are done. Thank you so much for watching. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, Freddie, you are on with me. I didn't see that until just now. And then I have to flip it. And there I am. There I am. There you are. I saw that you have 80 degree weather. I was looking. And I just thought, oh, you are so lucky, because it was 45 here when I saw that. And that actually is a big improvement to what it was a little while ago. I checked my daughter's, her Gardena was 55. So you've got it a lot nicer than California does in a lot of ways, huh? All right, have a wonderful weekend and a nice day. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very good week coming up. And it's going to be beautiful here, warm and nice. And then I'm sure it'll get brutally cold again for February. But February actually is here, isn't it? It's coming up like in 2 days or 1 day. It's tomorrow. Oh man, February. All right, thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day. Bye.